Let's talk about this tablet. It packs a Snapdragon 870 with 8 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM. Everything rests on a fast UFS 3.1 internal storage, which by the way goes up to 256 gigs, 11-inch LCD display with Dolby Vision HDR, and an insanely smooth 144Hz refresh rate. And on top of all of this, it looks great. All metal body, very minimal look, flat surface, rounded corners, and very rectangular edges. All in all, a very premium look. Quad speakers all around with support for Dolby Atmos, and it comes with a 33-watt charger in the box. And all of this for just 27,000 rupees here in India. And with some bank discounts, you can get this for even less. And for this kind of pricing, these are crazy specs. And why aren't other companies able to deliver these kind of specs at this price point? Are there any downsides to it? Let's talk about this. I mean, honestly guys, getting an 11-inch tablet with an all-metal body that looks as good as this at this price is actually rare. It weighs about half a kilo, but the weight distribution is such that you won't even feel it as heavy. Now, the camera housing actually looks quite lit. It's borrowed mostly from the Xiaomi 13 Pro series, but then this other lens over here is just a dummy lens. It's not a real camera. It's technically stupid, but aesthetically it looks good, so I don't mind it. The bezels are just about perfect, so you're able to hold the tablet and use it without accidental touches. The design, it does lend itself to a cover like this one, or a keyboard folio case like this one. Both look really good. But then I will talk more about the accessories, including the stylus, so hang tight. Here you've also got a magnetic strip to let you magnetically attach the stylus, so it's nice and secure. Now, in terms of durability, you do get Gorilla Glass 3 for, protecting the display, but that's about it. I also like the fact that they've placed the front-facing camera here at the center in a landscape form, so it's much better and more natural for video calls. Now, there are a few drawbacks, and let's talk about that. So first, there is no 5G or LTE variant, okay? Second, there's no microSD card slot, so you cannot expand storage. You're pretty much stuck with the 256 gigs max that you can buy. Third, there's no headphone jack. I've actually learned to live with that fact. And fourth, there is no fingerprint unlocking. But quite honestly, I don't really see myself using fingerprint unlock on tablets. The face unlock on this is pretty good, and it doesn't matter whether you unlock like this or like that, it just works really well. So I haven't really had the need to worry about using a fingerprint sensor on this. And guys, honestly, none of these drawbacks are deal breakers for me. I just think they were a really clever way for Xiaomi to cut down on costs, so not bad. But one place they didn't cut the costs though is the display. So it's an 11-inch delightful screen, okay, which is crazy smooth at 144Hz. It's got a 7-stage refresh rate. So basically, depending on what you're doing, it'll automatically calibrate in an attempt to save battery and optimize experience. The display is decently bright at 550 nits, so even outdoors, it's actually quite a lot of fun to use. And then being an HDR display, it does support Netflix HDR titles, and it's quite good to watch any of this stuff in here. And then you couple all of that with quad speakers on this thing, which by the way also support Dolby Atmos, you get a fantastic media experience. Let me actually give you an audio sample of the speakers. Now, of course, we'd all prefer AMOLED displays, but at this price point, I think this is a really good display. And AMOLED displays would have definitely increased the cost of this significantly. By the way, guys, this port is a USB 3.2 Type-C port, so it's faster and it's more capable. You can pretty much connect it using a Type-C to HDMI cable and run a connected 4K display at 60 Hz. Just extending more of its capabilities. I mean, even more expensive tablets like the OnePlus Tab, which is for about 40,000 rupees, does not have a USB 3.2 port, so pretty good. But this display is even better for gaming. The tablet is just the perfect size to let you game easily with two hands, whether you're playing FPS games or arcade games. But I have to admit that even with a processor that's 2 years old, it's still very capable of flagship performance, especially when it comes to daily tasks like, launching apps, moving between them, and obviously playing games. So here's me playing Call of Duty multiplayer online at max graphics and max frame rate. Absolutely no issues. Superb gameplay, smooth performance, and no heating at all. I mean, Call of Duty as a game itself isn't really optimized for high quality graphics, so it kinda doesn't look as good, But that's not because of this tablet. But you know which game does look good? Asphalt 9. Graphics look so sharp and high resolution on this thing, it's absolutely a lot of fun to play on this. Now, by the way, this has a 8840 mAh battery. It comes with a 33 watt charger in the box with a Type A to Type C charging cable and takes about 2 hours to fully charge from a 0 to 100%. It's a bit of a shame that they don't have any kind of fast charging here though. But overall, I would really say that it's a very good battery. You can expect about 2 days of mixed use on this. I got SOTs of about 10 hours. But yeah, I mean, if you were to game all day long on it, you can kill it off in 5 hours too. So it totally depends on how you use it. Now guys, one of the things to think about when you're buying a device like this is whether the software on this is going to be optimized for a really good tablet experience or like a landscape horizontal viewing, right? Now this is running Android 13 with MIUI 14 right out of the box. And there are a couple of things that they've done to optimize this for a really good tablet experience. Let me take you through those. First, there's this dock at the bottom that is persistent and always available for you to switch between apps. So, you know, let's say you're in an app, you could just call it out like that. Then there's multitasking for sure. That'll let you have apps side by side and get more done. There's also floating windows, so you can switch faster and use apps more flexibly. Now guys, one of the things we do on a tablet is video calls, right? And because it's got 4 speakers, so you really hear the other person loud and clear. And it's got a pretty good mic system as well, so when you're speaking, you're also very nicely audible to the other side. Now, there are some weird things too, like if I go into the Google app, it appears like this thin vertical feed instead of something like a 2-column approach that feels more optimized for tablets. Even the control center and the notification center, they don't really look adapted for a landscape orientation. Like on some other tablets, it's quite evident that, you know, it's been adapted for that landscape view. Now, even when I go into the app drawer, there's like a lot of space in the gutters here, although having the apps organized categorically is quite nice. But guys, on the software front too, there is one downside. While they do guarantee that they will give you 3 years of security updates on the OS, there's absolutely no comment on whether they're going to give you a major OS upgrade or not. So does this get Android 14 or 15? No idea. So that is something that's unknown and something for you to think about. Okay, now let's talk about accessories. The good part is that this entire system is very scalable. So you get yourself the tablet. You can then additionally buy this folio keyboard case and then just snap it like that. And then you can also get yourself the stylus if you want to make notes, something that I really enjoy doing on tablets. You get a keyboard folio case that makes it easier for you to just work on documents or write emails. But the two downsides are A, there isn't a trackpad, and B, there isn't much of flexibility in terms of which angle you position your tablet in. The key travel is okay, and this is what it sounds like. Now, although the keyboard doesn't have a trackpad, it does come with certain shortcuts with this key here, and that will let you perform some functions very quickly without feeling the need for a trackpad at times. These shortcuts, by the way, can be configured within the tablet as well. Now, if you don't want to get yourself the more expensive keyboard case, you can still get a case. It's what Xiaomi calls the smart case. So yeah, you can slap it on. The only drawback, I guess, is that you can't use it as a kickstand, which would have been really nice. It's got these 2 buttons that add additional functionality. For example, if I long press the button at the top and tap on the display, I can create a quick note. Or long press on the button and quickly grab a custom screenshot. Even within the note-taking app, I can press buttons to change pens or even change the colors of a selected pen. And you know, this stylus, it works really well. I mean, it doesn't have like a significant delay or lag of any sort. It's actually quite enjoyable to write with this. I think it's great for students, who go to class, they want to make notes. I think it's great for that. And even for people who go to office and, they want to jot ideas or even make meeting notes. Why not? I mean, it's a great way to digitize the stuff you write. Now, these accessories do come at a pretty steep price, but even then, I think this is probably one of the most value for money productive setups that you can get for a tablet. Think about it this way. If you just want a tablet for making notes with the stylus, right? So you get this for 25,000, you get this for 6,000 rupees, and at 31,000 rupees, you've got this entire setup. I do not think that there is any other combination with a tablet manufacturer who does all of this at this price point. So pretty good. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it about the Xiaomi Pad 6. I think it is an absolutely fantastic value for money. There is no other tablet in this price segment that can compete with it right now. It's got fantastic performance. It's got a really good media experience with the quad speakers, the 11-inch 144Hz refresh rate with HDR support, and yeah, the option of scaling it with a keyboard case, with a stylus to make notes. I think all of that is really good. The only downside I see is the fact that we don't know whether this will get an OS upgrade or not. I mean, for all you know, they might give you Android 14 and Android 15, but I cannot vouch for it because there is no guarantee. But otherwise, I think it's a really good tablet to consider at 26,000 rupees. Alright, that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I'll definitely respond. And if you guys enjoyed watching the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, guys, and hit that bell notification icon. And don't forget to mark all. You'll get to know every time I put up a video. I'll see you guys in the next one.